Hi everybody, welcome to week 18 of my 2026 contest prep series. So I'm going to give you guys an update of everything that's going on with me, and then I'll plug in lots of different things I filmed throughout the week because I'm doing this update on Friday at the end of week 18. So here we go. First of all, I want to show you guys that I had my athlete wall. I call it the girls' room. So this is where my little doggies and I always are in here all the time. And sometimes I sleep in here too. So this is the girls' room. So I had this updated finally, and I have this really cool sign, Vegan Body by Belinda. So cool. I have to print some of my certificates out, and that also needs to, the one you're looking at here in the center, that is my 2026 vision board. So we'll see what goes in there at the end of the year. But so we redid everything. This was my universe from last year, my biggest placing I've ever had, top 5 national competitor. We updated finally from 2024, this look here, Republic of Texas. And these were some of my national looks from last year. That was Junior USA's. This was Masters Nationals. And here we've got when I won my class at Girl Power last year, which was one of the best days of my life. So amazing. And put my powerlifting competition I did last year there because I just loved the medal and my hair. You can't see it so well from down here. And so we updated all of this last week or the week before. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys. We were waiting for that light to come in, the Vegan Body by Belinda light, because it was stuck in transit getting here for months. It was crazy. Anyways, so I'm going to update you guys on everything. So I'm going to multitask and do this update while I'm doing some of my steps on my spin bike. So I've got for those of you that don't know, I broke my foot at the end of November. So even though I am walking more, I'm still getting my steps in, quote unquote, on the spin bike. And I watch on my ankle and I track them this way. So, all right, let's get to it. I'm going to be moving around a bit. So it is 6:40 in the morning, already walked the dogs, had my first meal, prep breakfast for my husband, and did some chores, put the dishes away. All right, let's get to it. Week 18. I have quite a few updates today. So where do I start? All right, let me start with my deload weekend that I had last weekend. I was in the Philly area visiting my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, who is a year and a half. She is the sweetest little thing. And my parents were there as well. It was a good weekend. It was a deload for me. I didn't track my steps for 3 days. I didn't do cardio, and I did not track my food. I kept my calories more or less under 2,000 a day, eating 1,000 to 1,500 calories of food that I brought and I could prepare. And then the other 500 to 1,000, depending on the day, I just ate whatever. And it was a good weekend. Things went well with my mom, and everything was good. It was a nice visit, and that's that. Got back home, and I am somebody that when I fly, I retain quite a bit of water. And this is something that I learned about my physique last year, because last year in 2025, I had to fly to all of my competitions because I'm a higher level competitor and I have to travel to go to my shows. So I learned last year that I usually retain 3 to 4 pounds of water when I fly. So I got back Sunday night. Monday morning I weighed in, and so not only did I retain water from flying, plus I was PMSing, my period was due any day, and so I was up 4 or 5 pounds. So between the water retention from the flying, PMS, and eating some different foods that I normally don't eat, weight was up. But I knew why, and I did not freak out, and everything was fine. Now it's Friday of my week that I've returned. My weight is back to where it's supposed to be. I am on my period though, so my weight, of course, is up a few pounds where it was before. But my deload weekend was really good. I feel much better. Of course, every time you do a deload, it takes a few days to get back into your routine in the gym and have training feel good again. And I have been dealing with my period, but I feel great and I'm back on track. Deload weekend, good, glad I did it, onward and upward. So there has been some developments in how I am approaching the rest of my season. So just to recap, I have been in contest prep since the beginning of November, believe it or not, for my 2025 season, which is going to start in the summer. The reason I started so early, the reason why this is going to be, so a bodybuilding for a female, a bodybuilding contest prep is usually 16 to 20 weeks, usually a first timer. Their first contest prep is usually 25-ish weeks. My contest prep this year is going to be 50-ish weeks. It's going to be essentially not an entire year, but something like that. And the reason for that is because this summer, I have every intention of trying to get my FBB Pro card. I am dead set on this is my goal. I got so close last year to becoming a pro, and I really think it's possible this year if I execute everything at a professional level, and of course, if it's my day and it's my destiny and I'm the best one on stage that day. I can only control me. I can't control who shows up and what they look like, but I can execute every single day as an athlete to the best of my ability and hope that it's my time. So I'm gonna give it my best shot. It's very possible this is my last year competing. I'm not sure yet, but I'm almost 40 and this hobby is executing at this level, national level competitor, is very stressful. It would be a lot easier if I just did local shows here and there every once in a while, but trying to become a professional athlete, as you can imagine, is not easy. And executing at this level is very exhausting mentally, physically, and financially. So I'm gonna give it my best shot this year and let's see what happens. And then after that, I'll regroup on my goals and who knows. Anyways, all that being said, the reason I'm in prep for so long is because this summer I have to be the leanest I have ever been. To become a professional bodybuilder, to get that pro card, you have to be like a professional. You have to look absolutely amazing. And my body is my body type. I am not a naturally lean person. To give you an idea, I talked about this with my podcast with Miss Meatless Muscle this week. A lot of you guys know Natalie Matthews, Fit Vegan Chef. Her and I are the same height. I weigh 20 to 30 pounds more than her. So even though I'm a short person, I am dense. I'm not naturally lean. And I am dense, 100% Italian background. My natural body type is a mozzarella ball. I do not easily look lean and shredded. It takes a lot of effort in both diet and movement and training. It is not an effortless thing for me. So in order to be essentially the leanest package I've ever been on stage, I have to essentially be dieting for a very long time. And not dieting in an extreme way, but just giving my body the time to lean down. So I've been in contest prep since the beginning of November. I'm down 15 pounds. And now, so let's say I'm at 15%-ish body fat right now. I have to be somewhere between 10, 11, 12-ish, more or less, on stage this summer. And it's those final 5 to 10 pounds that are extremely difficult to get off. Like that's when contest prep gets to be super gritty. And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm at that point where things have been manageable and sustainable so far. I feel nice and healthy. I look really good. I'm around 120 pounds. It's actually a very sustainable place to be for me, honestly, because my diet is not, I'm not really that hungry. Everything's okay. And I'm only doing a little bit of cardio here and there. It still is fatiguing because it's contest prep and I'm dialed in. There's no ordering whatever I want and eating whatever I want. I'm locked in, but it's not hard yet for me. So what I'm trying to say is the hard part is coming. And I have spoken to quite a few of my friends, and of course Brooke, Miss Meatless Muscle, who's a vegan bodybuilding bestie, and I have decided to enlist a coach. So I have been self-coached the past year and a half, and it's been great for me. Last year I placed the best I ever did, and self-coaching has been great. However, to take my body to this next level it needs to go to, I need a second eye. I need somebody looking at me objectively and learning my body and telling me what to do to get to where we need to be. In addition, even though I am an experienced bodybuilder, bodybuilding is competitive bodybuilding, getting a physique ready for stage, achieving those levels of leanness. It's really like an art, and it's like anything, right? It takes years and years and years to learn how to do it optimally. And I know a lot about competitive bodybuilding of physique, bringing it on stage. I don't know everything. There's so many little tricks and things that come into bodybuilding that I know a lot of it. I'm a student of the sport. I study the game. I love it, but I don't know everything, which is normal, right? And I would like a coach to take me there. I want to learn from them, and I want somebody else to do the thinking for the rest of my contest prep. So it's not easy to find a coach that I can align with for a lot of reasons. As an ethical vegan with certain political and social feelings, I have to be careful who I align myself with, because I don't want to be with some nut. I don't want to be with some jerk. And in the fitness space, it's really hard to find somebody that aligns with my feelings, right? Not that I need the person to be exactly like me, but I also can't be cringing every time I talk to them. I have to respect and trust the person that is helping me. So I've had a short list of a few coaches I wanted to experiment working with, and I have chose one, and we are starting next week. He's writing my plan now. He is educated under a very famous, well-known bodybuilding contest prep coach, and all of his clients have very good things to say about him. And he's super knowledgeable, and I'm excited to learn from him. I can't wait to get started. So he's working on everything now, so there's no changes to any of my stuff right now. He told me for next week, just keep doing what I've been doing, and we'll get started soon. So a big update with that is that we've totally changed my timeline. So for the season. So I thought I was going, well, first I thought I was going to compete in March. I broke my foot. Then I thought I was going to compete in April. And I was like, why am I stressing myself out? Then recently I thought, let me start competing May 8th. Let me do a warm-up show then, like get my feet wet back in the game to get ready for my big competitions that are happening all summer. And didn't like that plan. He was like, Belinda, why would you get your body stage ready a whole like weeks before you really need it ready? Because my big competition's July 3rd, by the way. Like that is the day I need to look my best I've ever looked ever. July 3rd, NPC Universe 2026 in New Jersey. He's like, so why are you gonna do that? Like just let's get ready for July. We had to change to my iPhone because my SD card is full on my nice camera. So he was like, why are you going to do that to yourself? Let's just focus on the big day. Get ready for then. There's no reason you need to keep your body at those extreme levels of leanness for that long if unnecessary. And of course I agree with him. I just like, I guess because I was self-coaching, my thought was like, let me get myself on stage, see what I look like. That way I can tweak to get ready for the big show. And now that I'm not going to be coaching myself anymore and I've got someone else taking the reins, I agree with him. And so what does that mean? It means I'm 16 weeks out from the big show, July 3rd. The plan is to have me ready about a month in advance, 4 weeks in advance. So that would mean like by beginning of July, in theory, should be looking like to compete. The plan is till July 3rd. Hopefully I get my goal then, and if not, keep going because there's a few more pro qualifiers after that. So I'm curious to see what he's going to give me. I'll keep you guys updated of what my new protocol looks like when I get it. But for now, I may have somebody else like guide through the rest of this process. And yeah, long prep for me this year, guys. I knew that going into it. I knew that if I wanted to become a professional bodybuilder this summer, like I had to act like one. And that means like, you know, food, keeping all of my body comp things at, you know, a level for a very long time, because that's what a professional does. Like, is not going to like eat. Professional bodybuilder is not going to eat willy-nilly, not tracking for months on end just because they need balance, you know, exist when you have a very specific goal. And that goes for anything. Like, I'm talking about body composition stuff now, but I'm talking about anything. Like, let's say you want to get some massive promotion at your job. Balance isn't really going to exist to get you there. Like, you have to work hard to get the things you want. So even though, like, from the outside looking in, people that, you know, for maybe know me before I was an athlete might think like my was very extreme and like they don't agree with it. Listen, like, I don't need the world to understand my goals. Like, I've been training for 10 years. I have completely transformed my body naturally over the years. It's just like really what I used to look like versus how I look now. Like, I'm going to plug in like some after so you guys can see. And like, it's such an accomplishment what I've been able to do with the muscle, like the muscle I've built, the habits I've learned in nutrition, in living my life, in scheduling, in prioritizing myself. Like, it's amazing what I've done. And I am an IFBB pro, if it's my destiny, is just like it's goal for me because it shows all of my hard work and that I truly have been able to become like this, and I hope it's my summer. And if I don't get it, then, you know, my best shot, and that's all good. It's still amazing what I've accomplished so far. So not taking anything away from that, but yeah, I need the world to understand my goals. This is a goal for me and my journey and like everything I overcome and continue to overcome to get there. And so, yeah, I'm for the second half of my contest prep because the first half is basically done. And so now the second half is starting. So yeah, this is going to be a long contest prep series. So thanks for tuning in. And I'll show you guys some things that I've filmed over the past week. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for your support. Anything you want to know, just ask me in the comments below. All right, bye. Hey guys, so I actually have a pretty cool milestone. I'm finally back in leggings. So I wasn't able to wear these for a few months because they hurt my left broken foot because I couldn't pull anything up over the leggings. I'm back in leggings. Yay! So I'm going to yoga today as well for the first time. Haven't been able to do yoga for a few months because how can you do downward dog when you have a broken foot? But my foot is feeling much better. Still broken. I'm going to plug in an x-ray here, but I'm feeling a lot better. And I can't run until the summer, but I don't run really anyway right now, so that's fine. And I'm very excited to be into it, back into leggings, back to yoga. And so I'm on the spin bike here, and look at my babies all around me. My little sweeties, my contest prep cheerleaders, everybody snoozing and sleeping. Guys, I need a little bit more energy and excitement for this contest prep. This is not the cheerleading energy I need. So I just want to show you guys real quick final things I made this morning, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I got to go. So it took me all day yesterday, and I had to wake up at 3 a.m. this morning to meal prep everything because I cook for everybody here. So, all right, excuse the mess. So this is a portioned out pineapple here, and this is here. This entree is tofu and broccoli, and it's this Kraft vegan mac and cheese. So if you like that real traditional like boxed mac and cheese. This is good. We like it. I make it without the butter to keep it lower fat. So that's what these two are for my husband. And then I'm meal prepping him some Just Egg bagels. And then I forgot that I had this Beyond steak that I thawed and I need to cook. So I'm going to do that quickly, and I'm just going to pack it with the broccoli. And then before I officially sign off for the week, I just want to show you guys how I pack the food. So I'll be back to show you that in a little bit. Super quick because I'm rushing. So what I do is I take my disposable Tupperwares, or not disposable, recyclable, but I won't cry if I don't bring them home with me. And I take masking tape and I just secure them all over. And then what I do is I put these in plastic bag, double plastic, so just in case anything spills, it survives the travel and doesn't ruin all my clothes. A good thing about being vegan is that my food will not go bad being in a suitcase for a few hours. And if I was ever concerned like that the travel would take too long and my food would spoil, I would pack it with ice packs in my carry-on. But this is just a few, it's just like a 2-hour flight, and I'll be at my brother's within 5 hours from door to door. So honestly, I'm just gonna pack it as is and not worry about it. All right, guys, I am rushing. Everybody's always rushing on their way to the airport, no matter how much you plan in advance. I will see you on here for week 18 of my contest prep, and when I get back from this trip, it is go time, my friends. It is go time. It is time to get officially shredded and ready for my May competition. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on here next week. Bye. I am allowing myself one meal out, and this is the pho. My Vietnamese sister-in-law has taken me here, and let me show you all how delicious this looks. Trong, what is this called?
Pho. Phở chay. Phở chay.
Okay, so that's my vegan pho and some soft tofu.
Take more soup.
And then we put all these yummy toppings on. All right. Cece, delicious.
Hi, Haru. That's my Shiba niece. We just woke up. My brother just moved into this beautiful house. Just moved in 2 days ago. Hi, Haru. Haru is 15. She's doing great.
Soy sauce. It's recording.
Okay.
Where are we? You guys say where we are.
We're at a place called Pana, and are we in Langhorne?
Yardley.
Yardley.
PA.
Yardley, PA, and he's
You cross multiple state lines.
in the vegan section.
The last day before daylight savings.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.